This is Nigerian saying hello to you. On this channel, we talk about relationships, we talk about our lifestyles, natural lifestyles, our kingdom lifestyles. We talk about our relationship and we talk about food, cooking things, and some DIYs, some things you do that you can do for yourself at home. As mothers, as moms, there's some things we can do to make life easier for us. So today we'll be talking about puff puff mix, and I know that you are so interested. That's why you click on this video. I'm so sure of it. Nigerian puff puff is an household snack, and you cannot afford not to have something like that in the house, so that at any time you want to do something, you have guests, you have children, just at your fingertips, within minutes you can produce puff puff and everybody will be snacking on it. So, and also you can take it a leap higher. The skill you are going to get in this tutorial today, you can take it, you can monetize it. You can decide that, oh, I want to start producing this. It's actually serving also as a side also for me. I produce and I have clients just here and there, moms and some singles, and this can be dropping some coins into your purse. And also you can decide to take it on a large scale, supplying everywhere. So I bet you will not regret watching this video. You will not regret clicking on this video. And I want to say that at the end, if you find it very useful or educative, entertaining, please do us subscribe. We'll be preparing our puff puff mix, like I said earlier. So, and we're using this scale because we're working with small measurements. This is a precise scale. It's a digital scale and it's more precise. Like there is the bigger scale. I have this big scale, but this one is better used for big measurement. Maybe you're having a larger production, very large production. So that's why this will be useful for that. But for now, anything between the capacity of the scale is actually up to 10 kg capacity. So yes, this is the basin, the covered airtight bucket or basin that I use normally to do this, so that it preserves the quality of the ingredient, especially the yeast and that of the flour. So I'll be doing measurement into this place. So the scale, when you put it on, it goes 0. Then you put this 164 gram. You reset it back to 0, so that whatever you're putting in, is a proper measurement. So I'll be using, for this tutorial, typically we'll be using 1 kg of flour. What we can get from our 1 kg of flour. I have measuring cups, but I prefer to work with scale, with measuring scale, measurement in kg. Since the final packaging is going to be in kg, it's easier. I buy things in kg when it comes to stuff like this, and I prefer to also measure in kg. So this is a cup. So technically, 1 cup is about 142 gram. 7, we're almost there. It can't take 8 cups. What I'm saying here is already 921 gram, and we're going to 100 gram, which is 1 kg. We're almost there. This is 1 kg. This is on 1000 gram, which is 1 kg of flour. So we're done with our flour. Don't expose your flour. So we'll reset our scale back to 0. I put a smaller bowl so that you can use it to measure the sugar. Some people can choose to, at times I do it, just pour the sugar directly, reset the flour while still on the scale back to 0 and pour. It will still give you your measurements, but for clarity's sake, I'm measuring 300 grams of sugar. That is for 1 kg of flour. That 1 cup is 185 grams. So definitely 300 will be less than 2 cups. Reset to 0. Okay. The next we're adding the, I prefer to add the yeast last because of the sensitivity of our yeast. So we put nutmeg. We're not using bowl. We're using 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Well, at this level, I prefer 1 teaspoon of nutmeg because I discovered this nutmeg. This, please, is it showing? This particular nutmeg is very potent, as in the scent. So trying to use more than that, personally, it was like too much for me. So after doing a lot of my experimenting, I decided that 1 teaspoon. This is a teaspoon. This is a teaspoon. We have different sizes of spoons. We have half teaspoon, we have tablespoons. So, but we're using 1 teaspoon for 1 teaspoon level for this recipe. For this, 1 teaspoon. So you don't need much nutmeg. Then salt. Where's the salt container? Okay. The salt also, using 1 teaspoon of salt. This is salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. So it's okay. It's okay. The Yorubas will say Akin Folajiyo. So everything is in a 1-to-1. So now I keep closing this because I need it intact. So lastly, we're going to be adding the yeast. We know yeast is very, very sensitive. So I always have a container. This is an airtight container. Whenever I open yeast, I pour it. So we have the instant dry yeast. So I pour it and it maintains throughout the time I'll need it. So that's what I'll be doing right now. I'm cutting this yeast open. Airtight container. If you are not using all the yeast, if you choose to just, let me just put it inside nylon. Well, it depends on how long you want to have it. Well, I prefer to pour it inside an airtight container, and that keeps it fresh so that it remains useful for a long time. So of course it's not going to be for long, but at least for as long as I need to have it used. So I'll close it back. So now how the quantity of yeast needed is that I'll be needing it for the 1 kg of flour. We're using 60 grams of yeast. 60 grams of yeast. 60 grams of yeast. So our scale is set back to 0, and we just use 1 spoon to take it. So, okay, let me use tablespoon and see. So that if you don't have scale and you want to use spoon, if you have the measuring spoon, then the baking measuring spoon. So can you see it? Okay. So this is 1 tablespoon. That 1 tablespoon is 7 grams. 2, 3, 6, 7. That is 7 tablespoons. So that 7 tablespoons is 61 grams. And we actually need 60 grams. So 61 grams is just okay. Let's just assume that 7 tablespoons, which is also equals to 60 grams of yeast. So then we pour into our into the airtight container. So that's all about the measurement. So the next thing now is just to mix. It's to mix our spatula. Yorubas, we call it orogun or morogun. So I use it first to just have a good mix, not for too long because you don't want too much air to enter, but at the same time I want it properly, I want it mixed to the bottom, just for a few seconds, not up to a minute. Then I cover it back air tight, then I shake it, shake and mix it very well so that we have all our 5 ingredients mixed. Yeah, somebody might be saying, why not add milk? No, I don't add milk because to extend the shelf life. If you add milk, when milk is staying too long, it can get stale. So, and it can cut short the shelf life of this product. So this is our puff puff mix without milk. However, when you want to prepare it, or when your customer, when your clients, the people that maybe you sell to, or you just did this and put at home, when you want to do it, you want to fry, you want to make your puff puff, then you can add your milk, you can add your pepper, you can add all sorts of things. One of my clients said she when she wants to do puff puff, she put coconut. So you can put anything you like. You can put onion, but for the general purpose, when we do this, and it's just done. We are done with this. So the next thing is into our packaging, and that will be in another video. How to package this. If you want to do it as a side hustle, you want to go into it as a full business, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're an housewife, you're still waiting for a job, or you even have a job, but you're trying to have extra income in this economy. It's a very viable business. It's a very good thing. Not so stressful, not requiring too much capital, something you can start with little capital. So in the next video, we'll be talking about the packaging.